How do you get so many legendary shards? How do you have so many? How do these YouTubers always get this ridiculous amount of legendary shards? Tell me how you get legendary shards. Make a video explaining how you get all those shards. Hours a day. Could you make a video on how you got so many legendary shards? Heli, explain how you have that much. What's the deal with airline food anyway? Silence. All of your questions will be answered in this video. That's right, I'm blessing you with a video specifically covering how I got all of these thingies. Listen to that shimmery sound effect. Ooh. I reveal all of my secrets of legendary shardage. The secret is, come a bit closer. I just play the game. Alright, for real, I literally do not have a specific strategy for getting the amount I have. I see people with way more than me all of the time, and I'm fully aware people have 20, 30, even 50,000 shards, which blows my mind to be honest. But today I'll go through a few ways I get mine, and I just know that I'll miss some very obvious way of farming them, so I'm gonna make it clear now. These aren't necessarily the best methods, it's literally just what I do and how I play. Right, where do I start? Crucible. I'll start by saying I would highly recommend putting the prosperity mod on your ghost for this, which gives you an increased chance of having a legendary item drop at the end of winning a Crucible match, and yes, Bob from Idaho. I know this is more of a common and known tip already, but listen, I know plenty of people that are watching even right now that are either new to the game and still learning who watch my channel, or just simply forget about the mod, myself included in the latter. Now, I play a lot of Crucible in my time on this game, and more specifically the game mode Mayhem when it's around. It's only in rotation once a month nowadays, but to me it's the easiest way to plow through a high amount of games in a very short time. Shorter games and more of them equals more legendary armor and weapon drops. You could also run Scorch as well if you prefer running that to Mayhem, both being pretty fun party games that you can just mess around in, and matches will fly by, which also levels up your ranking with Shacks and obviously your Valor, so even more legendaries dropping for you to dismantle, on top of the Umbral and Primer engrams that drop quite often, which of course is even more shards. You guys have no idea how many comments I've received saying I sound like the Alexa of saying shards or something. You know what I mean? I appreciate the support. I'm glad you guys like my voice, I think. Thanks for the shards. And if you don't like my voice and you're about to click off the video, thanks for the view. Now, I usually focus my umbrals for this because I'm still after that bloody Death Adder god roll, and for goodness sake, it will not drop at all. Never mind the specific roll I want. Bungie have me on an un-RNG list or something. I swear, because the SMG has eluded my grasp for too long. Bungie, just give me the bloody SMG. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, just go to the umbral machine instead of focusing, and there you can decrypt them and dismantle them for shards. How many times I'm going to say shards in this video? To be honest, I couldn't give a shard. Now, I know this has just been me saying all of this with a little bit of gameplay behind it, with no real showing of how effective or efficient this is. So for this video, I decided to run Mayhem for 1 hour to see how many engrams, primes, drops in general, just what everything altogether would add up to in shards in that time, rather than it just be me saying, hello, hey, do this, and okay, enjoy your shards, okay, bye. Subscribe. And while I'm at it, here's some dumb ways I play Mayhem on a few of my characters for your consideration. For Warlock, it's very simple. Top tree Nova Bomb for the big and evil blob that overkills practically anything. Throw on Nezrak Sin as well. Void damage gives you increased regen to your super. No brainer there. Easy decision. Now here's the technical and complicated part. Find a spot on the map you're playing on. Throw your Nova Bomb mid-jump into some open space, and there you have it. There's my method. Emote and sit around impatiently for your super to come back to you once your angry purple energy ball finds people to eat and gives you back basically your whole super, and repeat. And from your enemy's point of view when you kill them, you're just emoting. Completely out of the way. Marvelous. Now when it comes to the Hunter, I'm sure most of you guys have already seen the flashbang dodge method I use, and still use today. Gemini gestures so your dodges blind enemies for 1 to 2 seconds and max mobility, and that's basically it. It is fun to challenge yourself and see if you can go a full match without dying at all by staying stealthy and in the shadows. For example, like this match on Anomaly, a map that is perfect for being a stealthy nuisance. What absolute skill involved here. Get under bad guys and spam the dodge button. Truly the pinnacle of what Mayhem is about. No, Crucible should be. Am I right, guys? Who doesn't love getting a 32 KD from spamming an ability all game? A true hunter. After roughly 1 hour of Mayhem, I ended up with 40 legendary shards worth of drop and engrams, and yeah, I know it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but again, stacking up shards for me has just been about playing the game and just doing things, you know? You definitely could run exactly this, but with strikes instead if you prefer that. Obviously first changing your ghost mod to strike loot instead of crucible loot. And obviously you may get a decent amount of legendaries dropping from enemies in the strike itself or at the chest at the end, but I've personally found that it's a pretty slow method if you're simply running regular Vanguard strikes. I would definitely recommend running the match-made Nightfall strikes if you can. The champions added to those alone will help tremendously with the Umbral and Legendary Engram drop rates. It just adds up, and honestly is totally worth it. I also recently saw a Legendary Shard farming method that was making the rounds, and it caught my eye. It is essentially showcasing the Ghost mod that gives you a good chance of Gunsmith telemetries dropping upon elemental kills, and you need 100 of these telemetries for one Gunsmith package. So I guess the whole idea is you just throw it on your Ghost mod and play. Now I tried this telemetry Ghost mod myself and threw myself into some Altar of Sorrows, given the endless hordes of enemies and it being somewhat relevant nowadays given the newer perks dropping on moon weapons. Have to say, after 1 hour straight of endless grinding, multi-kills upon multi-kills, endless carnage of Hive and the cesspit of sorrow, the decimation of Hive, myself being a powerful guardian with all sorts of power at my fingertips, decimate hundreds of endless hordes, so much killing, and for 1 hour straight. Yeah, I ended up with 60. And like I said a minute ago, you need 100 of these for one Gunsmith package. And if you dismantle that, that's 4 shards. So in 1 hour, I earned 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes, 60% of an engram. Not great, but at the same time, I kind of get it. I suppose the whole idea is it's constantly adding up while you're playing and doing other things, not necessarily focusing on just that. Still pretty low though, considering I got about 900 kills in 1 hour of time. I spend so much time on the dumbest things. Do you guys know, if you're new to this channel, that I once made a Destiny 1 video of myself patrolling for 1 hour to see what loot I would get? I really did that. It may not have gotten me fame, but damn it, it was worth it. So I suppose this whole video just shows that I have no particular method for the amount of shards I've accumulated. It's mainly been from just playing over time. Let me know if you guys have any of your own farming methods for legendary shards. I'm very curious for this one because I'm sure there's plenty of people in the same boat as me, where they just end up with thousands of legendary shards and they don't really have a direct answer. I tried my best, but it's honestly, this is all I've got. I do know that probably the most popular farm with shards involves having a character that hasn't completed the Forsaken campaign, and the whole idea is you effectively kill a certain boss in a certain story mission as you wipe, so the engrams or legendary drops pile up as you farm the boss over and over at that checkpoint, which is very smart, but for myself, unfortunately, I have all 3 of my characters all caught up, and I don't really plan on restarting a character or deleting one in order to farm some shards, but if you are interested in the method, I'll link the video made by the YouTuber Marshix. If that is something you guys want to look into, it's there if you want to. It's right there. But aside from that, I've honestly got nothing else. You now know my secrets of just playing the video game, Destiny 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it to the end. I love your faces so much. Genuinely hope you all have a truly wonderful day ahead of yourselves. Stay safe over the holidays. And lastly, guys, thanks for the shards. Alright, I'll say it. Take care.